When you do walk into one of these places, it is from 1973.
It's not good. It's just straight dough on the bottom.
Welcome back to Casiano Travels.
Home of the family that lives by car and plane.
I'm MJ.
I'm Christine.
And I, Kashi.
Can you say, and I, Kashi?
No, stop
Okay.
So we're back at it again with another awesome Goldbelly video. Yes, we're now out of quarantine and traveling and eating out at restaurants again, but that doesn't mean we have to stop Goldbelly. We love it. Why not keep doing it? So we're gonna keep doing it for you.
Yeah.
What do we have here today, Christine?
Bojacks?
No.
That would be a horse and a cartoon on Netflix.
Like it.
A good one at that.
Today in front of us we have Bojo's Pizza. Today in front of us we have Bojo's Pizza out of Idaho Springs, Colorado, which is a suburb just west of Denver.
I knew that.
We've been there before, actually, so I hope she would know that.
As we all know,
Cash eats first.
Cash eats first.
That fell apart pretty
Ooh.
bad.
Is that fully cooked?
That was not the most appetizing pull. I actually cooked it for 3 minutes longer than it said.
So there's
Pizza.
a lot of juices, I can tell in this pizza right away.
This is the first time Cash has ever turned away pizza. And if you look at it, you can kind of understand why. It doesn't look very good so far.
Looking real soggy.
Very juicy. Looks like chicken noodle soup dripping from a pizza pie. When you do walk into one of these places, it is from 1973.
It's not good. It's just straight dough on the bottom.
Back to the oven.
We followed the instructions.
So I don't even know what to say. It said cook it for 22 to 25 minutes if frozen. I did it for 25 minutes and the top looks good, but the bottom is literally like chicken tortilla soup. Like it is not an actual physical hard piece of pizza. It's like literally soup. Like look at that. That's not even a solid. Like that is a liquid. And I can't even pick up the pizza.
Oh, it looks really disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't even pick this pizza up. Look at that. It's just straight dough on the bottom.
And you
it's
followed the instructions
Yeah, it's
exact. What are we doing to
This is the worst Goldbelly I've ever been a part of.
what are we
Look at this.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to air fry it so that maybe we can crisp up the bottom a little bit. Can we go ahead and rank this 1 to 10? Well folks, excuse our commercial break. We had a little bit of an issue here. The pizza was soupy and runny in the middle and it was not a solid. It was a liquid. It was disgusting and could have possibly gotten sick from eating it. So
Yeah.
we threw it in the air fryer and this is what we got now. It's not very appetizing looking, but that's part of our job. We do this for you guys, you know? Sometimes it's the good with the bad and
I don't think I'll be partaking in that.
all right. So we tried to give Cash a piece and he cried. So
We also had promised him pizza, so thank God we had another frozen pizza on hand.
we went with the $4 pizza from Walmart, Uncle Mike's, versus our $50 pizza from Bojo's off Goldbelly.
And
So
it's actually surprisingly good.
she said it tastes better. We didn't get to dive into too many details earlier, but they've been around for just about 50 years. When you go into one of the 6 locations in the Denver metro, they all are kind of outdated. They have kind of like a cabin look with wood walls and old tables, and I don't, you know.
Yeah, it is a really neat place, and I thoroughly remember enjoying it and enjoying the pizza.
Yeah, the pizza was
when we went
amazing.
in person, it was honestly phenomenal, and I remember the crust like rised really high,
Yeah.
and it was phenomenal.
It was not this.
No.
When we went there, honestly, that was some of the best pizza. I mean, that had to have been on my top 15 list. of
I mean,
all
that's
time.
why we were excited to order
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like she said, the crust would rise to about this high. It was like 2-3 inches big. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And then they have local honey that you would put on the crust and do a little honey crust.
Was it a spicy honey or it was just the local one?
Just a local regular honey,
Couldn't
and it
put that.
was spectacular, and we loved it. So that's why we're so excited when they came on to Goldbelly. So the pricing was pretty simple. You pick out 2 pizzas, and it's $100. So it's about $50 a pizza, which is pretty expensive because when you go to the actual restaurant, it's about 15 to 20 for a pizza. So pretty big uptick in margin there. But
Which That's anything with Goldbelly.
Yeah, of course you got to uptick on anything that goes through Goldbelly, so we expect that. The heating instructions I thought were easy. You pop it into the oven at 425 for about 22 to 25 minutes. We did 25. It came out like tortilla soup, runny and just disgusting.
It was not good.
Here's the issue, and this might fall partly on us. We did put it in the freezer for a little bit of time, not too long, but enough that maybe it messed with the chemistry a little bit. That's the only thing I can think of. Going from...
I mean, it stayed frozen though, so I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess maybe going from, you know, just cold and doughy.
I also
fresh.
wonder if the amount of, because there's a lot of pineapple on this pizza as well, and I wonder if the amount of juices from the pineapple affected that as well. Whereas if we had just ordered like a cheese or something like that,
yeah, and I'm
it would
sure
have been a little different.
Going from just like doughy and fresh to frozen and then getting cooked, I'm sure just the different temperatures it's been at, maybe it messed it up. But
yeah.
Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and give this a try. I don't have very high hopes. This has been a project and probably so far the worst Goldbelly experience to date, but
they don't look great.
Sometimes you can't judge a book by a cover. If that was the case, I wouldn't have married Christine. All right, let's go in for a slice here. This one's, you know, a little flop, a little doughy on the bottom, but
yeah, that's like
what doesn't kill you
doughy.
makes you stronger. Didn't Beyonce say that once?
Possibly.
Mariah Carey.
There's still some stretch to that dough.
This dough is so
some
flimsy
crust.
you could still knead it at the pizza shop and spin it in the air.
The crust has good flavor.
The ingredients are good. What are you thinking there?
I know my score.
All right, let's jump right into it. So usually we judge a Goldbelly off of three things. It's how it tastes in comparison to the real restaurant, which we've been, and the looks. Christine, you want to get us started?
Oh, well, the looks are the worst I've seen. That looks like it went through a bowel movement, honestly. It's not appetizing in the slightest. Followed the instructions, unless the instructions were wrong. I mean, or the altitude had a difference with that. I don't know, but the flavor of the crust, I will give them that. The flavor of the crust is there. I can see how the ingredients, if the dough had actually cooked at the bottom, may have been good. I couldn't even really taste any of the cheese, to be honest, because it's like crispy on top with the dough still not cooking on the bottom. I'm gonna give this a 1.6.
A 1.6 out of 10.
Highly recommend the restaurant in person. In person, it is phenomenal. Hate doing that, but we have cooked many a pizza and have never ended up with something that looked like bowel movements at the end.
So I switched out Cashy's crust for the Bojo's with honey. He seems to be liking it, which is good, because I think he was gonna give it a 0 beforehand. Cashy, what would you give it right now? 1 to 10.
What would you rate this pizza from 1 to 10?
1.
Okay.
All right, Cashy gives it a 1. Yeah, Christine was right on a lot of it. Obviously, the visual presentation isn't very good. It doesn't taste anything like it did in the restaurant, which it was very, very good in the restaurant.
It was.
I would put this below like a Totino's frozen pizza for 99 cents at Walmart, if I'm being completely honest. I know that we didn't give DeFar's a very good score because it had all this hype and didn't end up tasting all
It was
that
just
great.
kind of bland.
That was light years better than this.
Light years.
So I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3.2. It's still edible. The ingredients are decent, and it actually has an
It's
okay
a
taste.
Really, really good score.
But I gotta give him a 3.2, and it pains me because
even
I
eat
was
it.
so excited to have this. All right, it is time for your favorite part of the show, the Wheel of Meals. We spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, that's what we're gonna review for you guys next off of Goldbelly. And Cashy, what are you hoping for on this wheel? I couldn't have said it better myself. Folks, let's go ahead and see what Cashy spins. Cash, spin that wheel! Shake Shack! Do you know what Shake Shack is? It's burgers.
Burgers.
You like burgers?
Yeah.
Burgers and fries?
I like pizza.
Yeah, well, we do too. Guys, thanks as always for watching. I know this one didn't turn out to be as highly anticipated as we all may have thought it would be, but we appreciate you watching.
Thanks, guys.
Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. A B C D E F G H I K L M N O P Now I know why ABC now want to stick with me.
Yeah!